Hi, Professor Keeley here. I'm knee-deep in grading papers and working on my own classroom stuff, and wasn't going to comment about Charlie Kirk at all. But I sat and thought I feel like I need to, because he just came through Michigan and was at Michigan State University. And as a college professor, we struggle to engage students, right? To get them to class, to get them to talk in class, to get engaged. And he was a master at getting the youth to either conservatives come forward, liberals come to debate him, and he treated the art of the debate. And I just had this conversation with one of my students that we have lost the art of the debate. And what happens in the debate is that you listen. And if you look at how he acted, he listened to people, let them say their piece, and then spoke his. And we have to start to understand that we have to agree to disagree if we can't agree, but hate and violence and the rhetoric that our politicians put out there to spew into minds, or heaven forbids the professors in my own community that, and I say that as a as a United States community, stop. I am an independent voter and independent thinker. I never bring my personal beliefs into the classroom. Ever. My job is to be neutral. My job is to provide students with the facts on both sides and let them make their own decisions. I teach business and marketing. I have to discuss government. I pull Democratic, videos. I pull Republican conservative videos. I give them both sides. And yet I know a lot of my universal colleagues get in there and treat the classroom like their personal pulpit, trying to indoctrinate people whose minds are being shaped. I find it disgusting, and it needs to change, where we can respect each other. And if anything happens from Charlie's death, I hope that it shows us the kind of engagement that kids and youth on the campus can have. When you listen to what they say, when you debate them with facts. It was a walking encyclopedia. He was amazing, regardless of his faith, regardless of his knowledge of the Constitution. He was so much better for it. So my hope is that something changes, and that the turning point is Charlie Kirk, realizing our society cannot go like this, continue. We cannot continue to have politicians inciting violence. We cannot have teachers providing their personal views to vulnerable minds. We need to learn to listen. We need to learn to, embrace people that we may not have personal views. And I just had this conversation with one of my students who said to me that he loved coming and talking to me because I always had a different approach to things. And I said, I like taking on controversial topics, just like Charlie Kirk did. But I do it with respect. I do it knowing that other people have feelings. I do it knowing that I don't know all the answers. I can only provide my perspective. I do it by being without emotion, by bringing both sides, letting my students come to their own conclusions by showing them the facts, both sides. So I hope that Charlie's death becomes this turning point, and also the turning point of understanding, because I've heard, the politicians start the rhetoric about the pew-pews. And the answer simply is, there are millions of safe gun owners, millions of people that own pew-pews. And there's a radical few with mental health issues that use them. Because in the end, pew-pews don't kill people. People kill people. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. So my wish is for Charlie and his legacy to continue, to people pick up the baton, engaging in a respectful debate with college students, educating in a neutral way, but loving humanity so much that he'd be willing to put himself out there as a bullseye target. That is something. That is something. And that is a man of faith. Faith not in just Christianity, but faith that humans can be good humans. And even if it took his own life, I would hope that he knows that there are people out there that will pick up the baton and keep going. And that's my wish today. Thanks.